afternoon or evening, YouTube subscribers and peeps on RetroWordTV.com. It is once again the DOUG here to review a ps1 video game. Yeah, I'm back to that this week. And I will be reviewing, as it says in the title, War Gods, which is a fighting game originally released to the arcades by Midway in 1996. Now, ports of this game for the Nintendo 64, PlayStation, and Windows were released in 1997. Pretty much in the game, players control one of 10 fighters who have been given great power by a mysterious ore that crash-landed on Earth from outer space. The object of the game is to defeat all of the other fighters to become the most powerful warrior on the planet. Now, the game is heavily influenced by Midway's big game, Mortal Kombat series, and features controls similar to that game, which technically it does, as well as the signature fatalities, which it does as well, and I'll explain how you can cheat those a bit. Unique to War Guides is the 3D button, allowing users, that's right, they have a 3D button, allowing users to use the background to program for additional attacks or evasive maneuvers. The game's graphics were created using a technology called the Midway card, the digital skin, which mapped photographs onto 3D models. Now, like I said, the gameplay is pretty much it's a Mortal Kombat ripoff, one of the 3 Mortal Kombat ripoffs that came out during the late 90s. Now, why do I say that? Well, because all these, this one and the next game I will be reviewing, BioFreaks have a little thing in common. They are all published by Midway, which, as we all know, Midway is known for Mortal Kombat. But we'll get to that history a little later, because believe it or not, when it comes to War Gods, two of the people who worked for Mortal Kombat actually did work on this one a bit, which is somewhat, I know, surprising. Very, very surprising, I believe, to be honest. Now, with that being said, how does the game hold up? Well, I think as you can tell if you read the little description, I said it was like that game for a reason. This game is terrible. First off, now the reason I'm going to be putting the AI on a lower difficulty is because for some weird reason, even on very easy, I got my ass kicked. Granted, that's a combination of me not wanting to fucking learn how to play the game, plus, Now, we're not going to play through the whole fucking thing. By the way, I have it turned down because the music in this game is crap. Now, we're going to turn fatalities on. Yes, you actually have to turn them on. Now, for a just 2 little heads up, I'm going to give you 2 cheat codes if you own this game. If you put 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, damn it. Yeah, 2. If that enables the easy fatalities, but you still gotta fucking do something with. I would also recommend doing this as well, putting in the God mode. Yes, for some reason this game has a fighting God mode, as if anyone actually wanted to play it. And unfortunately, the invincible code kind of fucked up on my part. So la 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 la. It's supposed to be this 2, 3, 5, 8. There you go. Now, as far as for the characters in the game, yeah, characters in the game. Well, how can I put this? You got one that's pretty much a Rey Mysterio ripoff. You got one who's Johnny Cage ripoff. No, let me just show you the characters a bit, just to show you what I'm talking about. You got Warhead, a.k.a. Johnny Cage. Ibuki, who thinks he's the Japanese Sin Cara. Ripoff of the Terminator. Kathleen, John Cena. Anubis. R-Truth. Rey Mysterio. AJ, and then the big rock guy's The Big Show. And we're fighting Johnny Cage first. Now, the reason I'm making fun of this, even though I know they all have their own story, the story just sucks. And the reason I have it on easy, very easy as well for this review, is because the controls are fucking hideous, okay? Because let me tell you something. Yeah, it does give you a move list in the game, but it doesn't give you how to do your specials or anything. Now look at it, I just uppercutted that guy. Seriously, whee! I mean, look how fucking bad those uppercuts are. Whee! Whee! Seriously. Worst uppercuts I've ever seen in my life. And that's me being nice. Now, as you can tell, graphically, it looks bad as shit. I mean, I just want everyone to look at this for a minute before I continue. That's how bad it is. Look at that. I mean, goddamn. And it even loads you on the fatalities. Yes, this is a fatality. Watch this. If that's how you have to die, no fucking thank you. That's not a happy ending I want. Yeah, pretty much. Now, here's the problem, though, because I did put... You have to still be in the right spot for this. I'm just gonna... You know, it's one of those games where... You can tell it is ripping off Mortal Kombat very blatantly. This was released, I believe, before Mortal Kombat 4. Just, you know, so... I don't know what they were doing here. I think they were trying to do another... Start another new thing up, you know, to see if it would, you know, see if they could make another video game franchise or whatever. It didn't work. Now, I'm going to bring my favorite character just for one match before I end this review. Tak, a.k.a. It's the Big Show. He's probably the only somewhat decent character. Him and Anubis are the only two decent characters. The rest, they're blatant rip-offs of another character from a better game I'd rather be playing. Yeah, this is one of those games where it's so bad it's good, maybe? But that's pushing it. It's one of those fighting games where, yeah, if you're a fighting game fan, you're going to want to own it. But if you're not a fighting game fan, you're not going to want it because it is that bad. The controls, believe it or not, the standard controls anyway, work somewhat fine. But unfortunately, the manual you get is doesn't tell you how to do every character's special moves. All the fatalities, you actually have to go online and find them. And if you didn't, and back then you didn't have online to that point yet. So you were pretty much screwed unless you figured them out on your own. Or had a video game magazine, or a guidebook, or whatever. Yes, the Game has combos. I don't know why. Wee. And here's loses his fatality, which is the only decent one to me. You know, that ain't saying much. Da 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 da. Goal! Yeah. So, what is my feeling on War Gods? I seriously have to ask what the fuck were they thinking? It is a very bad fighting game. One of the worst fighting games I've ever played. It is pretty much the PS1 version to me of Shaq fucking Shaq Fu, okay? And I gotta be honest, if you were to tell me, Doug, if you want to save the world, which game would you rather play, Shaq Fu or this? I'm gonna say Shaq Fu, because at least that was somewhat entertaining. That's got the so bad it's good quality. Here, it's just so bad it's bad. It's one game I cannot recommend unless you are a die-hard fighting fan and want to own one of the weirdest fighting games I've ever seen. So, what do I give War Gods? I give it a 1 out of 5. The lowest I can possibly give. The only way you can have any fun with this is by either putting in the cheat codes, or B, if you have a friend who's dumb enough to want to play this with you, play it. But for the love of God, be drunk, because that's the only way you'll enjoy this game. 1 out of 5 for War Gods. Now next, I will be reviewing actually one of my favorite of fighting games from this weird era, Biofreaks. Which many people have not heard of, so this is going to be interesting to see how it does. Is Biofreaks worth the time and money for you to play it, or should you just leave it in the dust? I will let you know. Until then, this is the DOUG signing off, saying have a good day, see you next time, and have a good weekend. Woo!